All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're ready to get going. Thank you for your patience. My apologies for the delay in our start here. We didn't anticipate having to park all the way in the back. We were hoping to get in the front parking lot, so I do apologize for that. We have one more person that we're with now.
In reserve out there, is that the wrong place?
Okay, so with that, good morning. My name is Eddie Albrand. I'm the Business Alliance Manager with the United States Postal Service. I work with exporter sales. One of my jobs is that I work with our print production and agency folks within Southern California in an effort to find ways in which we can better leverage direct mail in conjunction with new media that's available. So today, on behalf of myself, the United States Postal Service, and Amy Kondaka, who's with BizM3, we'd like to provide you with a presentation about where the mobile industry is at right now, where we see it going, and how we'll be able to work jointly as it relates to integrating mobile marketing into print and direct mail. All right, with that, thank you.
Good morning.
Hi.
Let me get a show of hands of people who are incorporating some type of mobile in their marketing strategy at this point in time. Okay? And how many are doing email marketing? Same purposes. Okay. And how many of you are doing social media to some extent? Okay, good. Well, let me start off by saying mobile marketing is here and it's getting larger by the day. As you can see, not only ourselves using the phone, but industries creating new ways to make the phone more usable in the business world. New technologies, and we'll touch on a little bit about it. It's not an in-depth presentation, it's a very broad, general overview, so don't think we're going to get too technical. Unless you have some questions towards the end, I'll be happy to answer them to the best of my ability. But let's get started with mobile marketing. Your customers have gone mobile. Have you? I mean, how true is that statement? You see it every day. People using their phone more and more. I like to give the definition of what mobile marketing is. It's the ability to communicate with a person or persons who are willing to be communicated to concerning relevant content from another person or company. You notice how it says, are willing to be communicated to. A lot of people may think mobile is intrusive. I, for one, think it is. Can be, if it's not used properly. Okay? This whole idea of mobile is a permission-based marketing tool, and the FCC really has a hand in mobile marketing at this point because they don't want it to go where email has gone, as far as the spam and the unreadability, and talk about intrusiveness. Why the mobile phone? Well, think about how you use your device. I had to learn this word ubiquity over again. Always on, all the time, constant, always. And that's what our phones have become. I mean, they're the last things that we put down before we go to sleep, first thing we pick up when we wake up. They're always on, they're always at hand. They're never shared. We don't give our phones to our sibling, our friends, family, and say, hey, you know what, call me when you get there, use my phone. They either have their own or they borrow somebody's. It's become a very, very personal device. And here's an interesting stat. There are more mobile phones than all the PCs and televisions in the world combined. It's a very, very powerful medium, folks. And it's just now starting to barely touch the business world. There are a bunch of stats here you can read if you like, but I want to point out two. 97% of all text messages are opened, period. 95% of those are read within 3 minutes. Think of how you use your own phone. How many of you have unread messages right now? And it's probably, if you have one or two, it's because, we've been here for 20 minutes. Mobile messages get read at this point in time. This is a graph showing how fast people are using their mobile device to access the internet. And this is the graph right here. The green bar shows mobile. Compared to desktop internet, AOL and other forms that they are found to get on the internet. But mobile is getting there a lot faster and surpassing all these other ways to access the internet. And this is a prediction in 2014, more people will access the internet on their mobile device than they will on their home PC or office PC. That's huge. And like I said, it was getting bigger. This is going to far surpass the PCs. Look at the technology. They're little computers. And why should we have to go to a PC when we can carry one and access it in the car, on the bus, in meetings, at seminars, in your bed, on the toilet? That's what people do. It's ubiquitous. How do we know we're onto something? When the owner of a little company called Google has created their own phone, created their own operating system for the mobile, and this is what he has to say. The next big wave in advertising is the mobile internet. Yes, mobile will be a larger business than the PC web. Well, those stats previous just explain that. We all know about advertising age, an 80 or 82-year-old dictionary or Bible to some of the marketing and advertising companies. Listen to what they have to say. It's clear that retailers who don't embrace the mobile phone technology in the coming year will be left behind, much as those retailers who sat on the sidelines during the early days of digital or social media are now playing catch-up. How many of you think you're behind in social media? Are you using social media as a posting blog type thing, or is it part of a whole solution integrated into what you're currently doing with print, email, so on and so forth? I told you that the FCC has a hand in really regulating mobile, so be rest assured that they have your best interest in mind as consumers. Okay? Can you imagine if half the spam were to hit your pocket or your purse with your phone? It's insane. They really want us to teach, educate, and facilitate mobile in such the proper way that they have very strict fines on spamming on the mobile device. I don't know if you guys ever, if you are involved in a spam on your phone, or if you're receiving text messages that you never signed up for, or you're wondering where the heck did these come from, that company that sent it to you is in compliance. All you have to do is reply the word stop, and the computer should grab you and take your number out, if they're in compliance. Okay? But they also have huge fines for us. If we were approached by an auto dealership, and they said, we have 1 million phone numbers. We're not going to tell you where we got them, but we want you to send a blast for us. And we said, are you kidding? And they said, no, really, we want to do this. We said, first of all, we're not going to do it, and let me tell you why. Because if somebody complained and took it all the way to the FCC, we could get fined for sending this message $4,000 per message. That's first offense. Second offense, they pull our short code and we're out of business. So they mean business. There are 3 things that are impacting the growth of mobile marketing. The first one is the culture. Again, we see people on their phones all the time. What are they doing? At this point in time, it used to be, they remember to check the pagers. You see somebody pull a little black box off from their belt and look at it, check it out. That's what they were doing. Okay? And then it came to the mobile phone, people started checking their text messages. Well, now, accessing the internet, okay, purchasing with m-commerce, okay, communicating. Whether they're accessing websites, the websites are coming to them, reading the news, hearing the news. Okay? Culture's changed, and the device has a lot to do with that. Technology. This guy had a little something to do with where we're at right now. But remember the old bricks? How many of you guys have one of these? Okay, come a long way. Just from making phone calls to be able to, do almost anything now on these little devices. And so with the culture and the technology growing at such a fast rate, it's just a natural to start targeting people to advertise. Okay? This is a neat stat that I want to show you. Marketing tactics in 2009, according to the US Advertising Agency, the most popular is the web. The second most popular is mobile at 15%. Look at direct mail. Look at print. TV broadcast, word of mouth, SEO, viral. Okay, they're low on the totem pole. But you're going to see that mobile is not a standalone. It's not a singled out medium that you can implement by itself and have it work. It needs vehicles to drive it, such as direct mail, print, TV, radio. Everywhere you see it, what we call a call to action. Text the word so-and-so to this number. Or, as American Idol likes to do it, go for your winner. They don't care who you vote for as long as they grab your number. Okay? It's creative. It's taking your mind off of the actual opt-in. What am I going to get later? Okay? Be rest assured that whatever you opt in to get, you can as easily opt out to stop. 3 benefits I want to point out that mobile can give you as users or even resellers to your clients or your clients to the end user, however you want to look at it. But it creates a very robust lead generator. Okay, when somebody opts in, when you get your phone and you text the word buy to this number, you're giving permission to that company to send you information based on you opting in. Whether it's a campaign to win a free car, or whether it's to receive updates once a minute or once a hour, once a day for the stock market, whatever it is, you should be aware of what you're opting in and all it entails at this point in time. And so, what better way to create a lead generator than from somebody's mobile phone? Any of you guys ever seen this guy in the corner, the spinner? I'd like to see numbers on the ROI from that. Okay, I don't know what they paid him or how much that sign was, but I have never seen one of these that has given me a reason to even look twice or turn the corner or stop or something. Not once. Now, can you imagine if you had a call to action on here? Text the word rent, if it's apartments, to this number. Now, even if I'm not interested, if there's an enticement to say win free rent for a year or a month, or text the word rent to this number to qualify for a drawing, if I'm driving by, I have my phone, why not? If it's relevant to me, I'm going to text, and this guy won't even know that I opted in. It's very powerful. You know, if he's out there long enough, he'll get enough opt-ins, he can collect 50 or 100 people who are either interested in what he has to offer or the enticement. And we'll get to that in a little bit. The QR codes we'll talk a little bit about. They're gaining popularity. And the old mobile marketing to do mobile marketing. Get the call to action and drive around. You know, there's a law in California that says you can't text while you drive. You know why it's a law? Because people text when they drive. Crazy. The second thing it does, it builds you an accurate database. I put the word accurate, and I wish I could highlight it and put it in red. When I go to the shopping mall and I see 2 Sea-Doos or a boat and says, enter to win this, you get to drive it home next week, blah, 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 all we want is your email address. How many of you have seen those? Okay? I'll give my email address, but I'll give them the one I don't check for 3 months or 6 months or down the road. We all have 2, 3, 6, 10 email addresses, right? But when you opt in, how many phones are in the room? 1. And not only do each of us have the one, but I know I've had my number for 13 years. And if I switch carriers, I'll probably continue to have the same number. More and more we see people and ask for their number for communication purposes in everyday business, and it's a 206 or a 502 or 8832 or something on the East Coast. People do not change their numbers. So how more accurate can you get than a mobile number? It allows you to establish highly viral, customer loyal campaigns. Who has the magic key to have something go viral? Everybody wants to go viral. It's a hot topic right now. I want to go viral. I want to be a part. I want somebody to like my thing and pass it to their friend. Whatever it is. Okay, let me give you an example of how mobile can be viral. Anybody familiar with the Swatch watch company, little manufacturer of plastic watches? They had a sale at South Coast Plaza parking lot last summer. And here was the message that was sent out. The Swatch watch truck will be at South Coast Plaza parking lot this Saturday from 10 to 2. All watches $19.95. Bring a friend. Pretty easy, right? They sent out 4,000 messages to kids. I think it was 18 to 24, somewhere around there. They sent the message on a Thursday prior to the Saturday, and 6,000 kids showed up. What were they doing? Forwarding the message. How easy is it to forward a text message? If you receive an offer from your favorite Italian restaurant and you know you're having a family get-together, why not forward it? 2 for 1? 10%? Why not? You go there anyway, you're having a meeting there anyway, pass it along. For somebody to make a coupon viral, they'll have to get it in the mail, let's say, for direct mail piece, be enticed, open it, take it to the copier in their home, by the way, make a copy, 2 or 3, and then install them into either the direct mail or put them in their pocket purse and give them out. That's how hard it is to make something like that viral. But with texting, a couple clicks, right? For some of us to know how, and the Swatch watch sold 5,000 watches in 4 hours on 3 days' notice. Incredible, incredible. Think about a client of yours who's in the retail sector who maybe has that same Italian restaurant, and on a rainy day, when they know they're going to be slow, they send out a text message at, let's say, I don't know, 10:30, that says, hungry? Rainy day special. Bring a friend and you can eat for free. Only good offer today, expires so-and-so. You think they'll get some people to come in? On what, an hour's notice? Very powerful. Very powerful. With the topic of social media and the continuing growth of people accessing social media on the mobile, it's just a natural to integrate. It's just a natural to not miss out, and now might be a good time for some of you who are doing social media to integrate mobile because they're accessing your social sites on their phone anyway. Okay? I want to show you this guy up here. This is the Weather Channel, and it's the best picture I could get, but Android users scan here, and they got a QR code on the TV screen. Unbelievable! Now, I have no idea what you get when you scan, but the ability to collect information on your mobile, I mean, it's insane. Here's one of our clients who we put together a Facebook tab. And the Facebook tab allows you to go to their site, their Facebook, and enter your mobile number to opt into the campaign. So you don't need your mobile number to opt in anymore, according to this widget. What does that mean? Well, now the social site is integrating with mobile, and you can do both on both. Okay? You have to go to Facebook to receive coupons. You have to go to Facebook to see what the Surfside Sports is up to or has for specials. But now this information can be pushed to your phone if it's relevant to you. Here's another widget. And we put these on websites so people can opt in on the fly, on the go. They don't need to grab their phone. And it just makes it easier. Here's another widget and a QR code. Here are some stats on social media, and if you don't believe me how many people are accessing social media on their phone, just take a look. What do? Highest percentage browse social networking sites. So if you're just dabbling in social right now might be a good time to integrate mobile. And obviously the winner, the highest percentage of what people are doing on their phones is send and receive instant messages, texting. There's a couple other sites. Forward items through social networking site. Viral. They're accessing social sites on their mobile and very easily sending it to whoever they might want to, they think it's relevant for. Again, the average web user, mobile user socialize more online. It's just easier. It's faster. It's ubiquitous. It's always next to you. Why not go ahead and jump on a social site and all you have to do is reach for your phone rather than go to your PC and log in. This is interesting here. Most people think that, and again, this is not texting. This is accessing social on your mobile device, whether it's an iPad or some other type of device. But the first in category is obviously 18 to 24. But a close second, look at 35 to 54. You can't see it, but it ends right here. 35 to 54. It's not just for kids anymore. How many of those do you think are business people? Okay, We're going to do a demonstration, so if you have your phones, get them out. And you don't have to do this, but if you've never done it before, I'm here to help you out or answer any questions you have. What we have, what we call is a keyword. The keyword can be a vanity keyword, it can be any type of alpha type of keyword. And this happens to be USPS.
And what am I opting into?
Just a demo,
Okay.
that's all. In fact, the last time we did this was, what, a couple months ago? And they never received another one. Just for your information. Not to say that you won't, but and the key and the short code is the numeric portion of the call to action, and our number is 67777. So that's what you're going to put into the send to, like the phone number that you're going to send it to, and the message is going to be USPS. Now, when you push send, you're going to receive an automated response. This is what your client will receive. This is what your clients will receive. It could be anything. It could be a message thanking you for opting into our mobile VIP program. It could be you are now entered to win $1 million in our cash giveaway. It could be a link to a website. After you receive the first response message, it's going to ask you in the instructions to reply the word yes. Now, what happens when you reply the word yes? Two things happen. You are double opting in, which assures me that you are giving me permission twice to send you information. That's the double opt-in.
Also, probably precludes robotic responses as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. But it gives you an additional screen to send an additional message. So you'll get another automated response with more information. And that's where we put our link to a mobile website, so you can see how integrated it could be. Now that could go to a social site. How cool would it be for some of you guys that know Facebook to put a link to your Facebook page so they can like it from a text message? Pretty powerful stuff. Again, in the car, in a meeting, in a webinar, in bed, on watching TV, anywhere. If you have any questions about that demo, let me know too. Pretty neat stuff though. So, and it gives you a good idea of the capability of what you can put in a message, including, like I said, a link. It could go anywhere. I think you missed a slide here. Here are some examples, again, of the vehicles to drive mobile. Whether it's a postcard, an ad, most calls to action should probably involve an enticement. Okay, why would I want to text the word polo to this? Why? Unless I'm a huge polo fan, that's all I wear. Maybe I know that if they have something new, they're going to send it to me, maybe. Okay, but I would be more apt to opt in if they were going to give me something like a free or qualify for a coupon or to do this on my mobile device. That would entice me to physically make an action to opt into their campaign. Here's a good one. Free entry to win a Mini Inspiron. Okay? That's pretty cool, pretty simple, pretty easy. We're not asking you or asking your clients to do anything that they're not normally doing. They all have discounts, they all have a way to get their product or service out, some kind of discounted way that really doesn't cost them a whole lot. So just put it in a mobile type of campaign. The ability to put the calls to action on a kiosk. You know, if you're going to buy stamps or take money out from the bank, you know, what better way for the banks, you know, hey, for your checking account information, text the word check to this number. You're there. There's an enticement. Why not? Eyeballs. That's what they're looking for. And we do have the business cards or flyers. Trade shows. I want to talk about trade shows for a little bit, okay? Because this is where mobile can really kick somebody's campaign into fifth gear at a trade show. Everybody comes by trade, and I don't know how many of you do trade shows, or if you attend, or if you exhibit, or just walk the floor, or your clients as well. But when you walk by and you pick up a stress ball, or a pin, or a keychain, keep going, throw it in your bag, okay? That's great. Got another goodie giveaway. So be it. It's got a name on there. If I pull it out, I might remember. No big deal. But the person behind the booth doesn't know who came by. They don't know who I am. Unless I got a business card. Unless I threw a business card in the fishbowl for the grand prize. How many of us have done that? I mean, that's what they're doing. Okay, that's the old way. Okay, new school. Hey, I see you have stress balls here. Yeah, you know what? Text the word stress ball and I'll give you one. Got your phone with you? If they say no, they're lying. Okay, so now they get the word stress ball. That's it? Yeah, here's me. Have a great day. Thank you. You know who came. You know what trade show. You know what time. You know what they were after. Now you can reach them as they're walking at the end of the aisle. Feasible, you can send a response message, say, thank you for coming by our booth. It was great seeing you. Turn around and wave to me. I'm right here. Talk about engaging. Talk about engagement. It's funny, but that's the power of this. Okay? Taking another step. That business card I threw in there. Okay? How about if we had a big banner behind our booth that said, text the word check, or whatever word, to win $100. Now I'm walking by. Huh? Oh, they're busy. I don't want to stop and talk to them, but I'll text in and keep on going. Okay? In about 20 minutes, I get a response message that says, you are now entered from so-and-so booth to win $100. Come back to our booth in 5 minutes to see if you've won. You think I'll go? Maybe. I might mosey on down. They didn't notice me the first time. Maybe they'll notice me the second time. Now you got people coming back to your booth for another commercial, another message. And not to mention the guy's booth on either side is going, what is he doing? How did he do that? That's what you can do with mobile. So now, we leave the trade show. I'm on my way home, I had a hard day, probably driving barefooted because my feet hurt, and I get a text message. Thank you for coming by to see our booth. Reply the word yes for more information. Other than that, have a great evening. Nobody's doing that. Do you think they'll remember you? From the time they got the stress ball to the time they entered the contest to another zap they got? Okay? The reason I say trade shows is because more likely than not, the people walking the floor are the booth's target market. More often than not. So why not find out who comes to your booth now? Rather than saying, hey, I got 10 good leads. Well, how many people went? I don't know, 3,000? Or I couldn't get the machine to work, the zapper wasn't working. Powerful stuff. Powerful stuff. That's a great way to use mobile. Other vehicles to get mobile out. Anything that's printed, guys. Anything that's printed. Okay? Put the QR code on. Put the call to action on. Why not? Mobile, as you see, is so affordable. You know, we teach our clients, anything printed, put the call to action on. The more eyeballs that see that, probably the better enticement too. The bigger and better you're going to build your database, and the more relevancy you can get out of those people through marketing when you start sending them messages once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month, depending on what your product is or how relevant it is. This is the example I gave about the trade show. Mobile marketing. I like to leave with this in thought, the MAP principle. Mobile marketing is measurable. We know with the analytics and the back office how many numbers we have, who to send them to. If we have a trade show in 4 parts of the country, we have 4 keywords that can measure where people opted into which campaign. East, west, north, or south, as an example. Okay? Let's say we have 50 locations. We're going to have 50 keywords. So we can find out which restaurant they came to. Now we can segment. Now once we get our database up, we can start doing a two-way communication. What age group are you? To send you better relevant information. And have them send you back A, B, C, or D. Goes into a database. What's your zip code? Goes into their database. Very, very measurable. It's very affordable. I can get a taco shop up and running in 5 days and charge them $1.99 up front to get started and $49 a month to keep using our service. As an example. Then again, I can charge somebody $25,000 to do that same thing, but for 50 locations, include a mobile website, an iPhone app, IVR, which is the phone that they can opt into, and consulting services to integrate with their social. So anything in between.
Tell me again what the IVR
phone is? I didn't quite catch that.
Interactive voice recognition. Okay, you dial an 800 number, and that 800 number will ask you to enter a code. Okay, let's say we're walking into that Italian restaurant again. We don't have a mobile phone, or we don't know how to use the text. A lot of people don't. So I pick up the phone, either on my cell phone or at my landline, and they'll ask you, are you on a landline? Press 1, yes, and it'll grab your number. Okay? If you're on your mobile, it already knows your number, but there's a verbal commercial. Come to Mario's Pizza. We're giving away a pizza a day for the next 2 weeks. If you're the 50th person, but thank you for opting in. Press more for information, or press 2 to place an order. Okay, now they're opted in. Just a different method to opt in for those, again, who may not have texting capability. A lot of people still do not have texting plans either. So that's another good way for them to participate. And mobile marketing is powerful. I'm sure that I've seen some reactions from you guys about some of the things I've talked about, how powerful mobile can really be. You're reaching someone's pocket. You're reaching somebody, and you have the ability to reach them 24/7. You have to be careful. Okay? Could produce overkill. Could turn them off. Okay? We talked about the QR codes, and I'll touch on this a little bit. The QR codes are popular. Okay? But you have to also remember, printers like them because they're printable, but you have 3 or 4 different types of barcodes. And how many several different styles of phones out there with several different barcode readers that have to match up. So if I have one of the newfangled phones that already comes with one, chances are that it'll work for me. But maybe that's 2%, 4% of people have phones. Okay? What you do not want to do is turn a very positive thing into negative. And the way you can do that very easily is to have somebody zap it again, and zap it again. And they want information on that, but they just can't get it. Download software. What the heck does download mean? Believe me, a lot of people think this. Well, here's some instructions. We'll try and do it. 15 minutes later, it won't work. They will never do it again. So you have to be careful. I kind of relate to the beta VHS right now. A particular barcode really hasn't been prevalent, hasn't stood out, and so there's a couple different. Microsoft has one. There's another one called JagTag. They're available. You'll see them on magazines. Your phone not only might be able to read one, but now you need different software to read the other one. So be careful. Be careful. I like to say, if you're going to put the QR code or anything, put as many instructions on it as you can. On where to go to download, how to do it, and what type of phone you have. I would include everything, at least right now in time. Let's see what else we have here. That's it for me. Here's different ways that you can communicate with me. You can obviously text Hank to this, and that's my mobile website. I don't target anybody once I leave, but it's another good example of how mobile can be used. And if you see any calls to action out there, I encourage you to do it. Try them, especially if you see the message that you received from us. I don't know if you guys noticed, but on every message that we send out, it says on there, press stop to quit, help to help, and standard text messages may apply, or rates may apply. Every single message that we send out has that on there. So especially if you see that coming back, don't be afraid to try them. Check it out. Have fun with it. You know, you could get some special offers. You could be, you could get something that may not be relevant to you, but maybe your son or daughter or wife or brother-in-law or somebody. Hey, I got something. I might be able to use them forward to you. Who knows? Good way to get in with your mother-in-law. Try for something nice. Be rival about it. I have a blog also on WordPress that you can access any of these sites to. I write once a week on a different topic, very general about mobile. And I have some literature up here. I encourage you to take some brochures, my business card, and feel free to ask me any questions about anything. I believe I am available in about 2 weeks' notice to give custom presentations to your clients. We've set up a couple already. And I'm available to come in and you can invite your clients or your co-workers or organizations or anything like that. I can kind of tailor it to however we feel would be fit. But that's all I have. I'm going to turn it over to Eddie. And make sure you get the information and contact me if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you.